Have you ever wondered why some men can effortlessly grab the attention of any woman they meet? It's not merely about their looks, wealth, or social standing. The real secret lies in their way of communicating. High-value men possess a unique ability, a secret weapon that's often overlooked. Their words have the power to make women miss them, even when they're not around. In the next few minutes, I'm going to guide you through the techniques that can help you speak to a woman in such a way that she finds herself thinking about you long after your time together. Why is this important? Pay close attention, because mastering these skills can transform your interactions with women forever. Before we begin, don't forget to hit the like button and turn on the notification bell. This really helps. It signals to YouTube that you're enjoying the content, so they can share it with more people. Thanks a lot. Number 1, the power of first impressions, setting the stage for lasting attraction. First impressions are the cornerstone of how high-value men create an aura of intrigue and longing. Yet, here's what most men often get wrong. They become overly focused on trying to impress a woman immediately, whether it's through their physical appearance, flashy stories, or excessive charm. High-value men understand that the initial conversation isn't merely a contest to win her over. It's about planting a subtle but enduring impression in her mind. The real secret to success in this first interaction lies in how these men make a woman feel. High-value men are keenly aware that women are generally more emotionally attuned than men. They pick up on subtle cues, like body language, tone of voice, and even the energy you project. Because of this, how you present yourself, even before uttering a single word, can significantly impact whether she'll be thinking about you long after the conversation concludes. The unspoken language of confidence is not a facade. It stems from a deep-seated understanding of yourself and your worth in the world. A high-value man enters any situation knowing that he has something valuable to offer. His posture is upright, his movements are deliberate, and his speech flows calmly. When he speaks, he isn't racing through his sentences or trying to fill the air with empty chatter. Each word he chooses is intentional and well thought out. This unhurried approach to conversation does something profoundly impactful. It compels her to pay attention. Speaking slowly and with assurance sends a message to her subconscious that you are in control of the situation. This type of confidence isn't about being loud or aggressive. It's about being measured and purposeful in your communication. Women are instinctively attracted to men who don't feel the need to prove themselves at every turn. Interestingly, silence can become one of your most effective tools. High-value men are comfortable with pauses in conversation. When a moment of silence occurs, it provides the woman time to process, reflect, and internalize what you've just said. It creates a space she will want to fill, prompting her to continue the conversation in an effort to impress you. Emotional control is attractive. Women are inherently wired to seek out security and stability in their partners. High-value men convey emotional stability by skillfully managing their reactions. For instance, if she playfully teases you or presents a light challenge, don't respond emotionally or defensively. Instead, high-value men know how to laugh it off or even turn it into a playful challenge of their own. This demonstrates that you're not easily shaken, which is a highly attractive quality. Emotional resilience signals to her that you can handle pressure, which is a key trait that women often seek, even if they don't consciously recognize it. Every conversation offers a high-value man the chance to showcase his emotional maturity. This ability to stay composed leaves a lasting impression. When you remain unreactive, she will start to view you as the mystery factor, someone unique, someone who stands apart from the crowd of men who are eager to please or quick to react defensively. You become the calm in the storm, composed, and, most importantly, this sense of mystery can draw her in, making her curious about you and what lies beneath your exterior. Subtle gestures that speak volume. Shy value men understand that they don't need to resort to grand gestures to be noticed. Instead, they recognize that small, subtle actions often communicate much more than elaborate words. A simple act, like the way you shake her hand, the calmness in your voice, or the warmth of your smile when she speaks, can have a profound effect. Women are continuously interpreting body language, often more so than men realize. High-value men exude warmth and control through these small, calculated gestures. Maintaining eye contact shows that you are engaged, while nodding indicates that you are actively listening. Additionally, keeping your hands relaxed and still, rather than fidgeting, communicates confidence and ease. By understanding and implementing these strategies, you will not only improve your communication with women, but also enhance your overall interactions in life. These elements work together to create an emotional connection that makes women feel valued and intrigued, setting the stage for deeper relationships in the future. Number 2, the mystery factor. Mystery is a valuable but often overlooked element in modern dating, especially in a time when people tend to overshare on social media. High-value men understand that disclosing everything too quickly diminishes the excitement and allure of the interaction. Women are instinctively attracted to things they don't fully comprehend, which is precisely why maintaining a bit of mystery is effective. The psychology behind this is straightforward. When something is unknown or only partially revealed, our minds crave resolution. We become fixated on things that are unclear because we want to solve the puzzle. High-value men leverage this to their advantage. From the very first moment he speaks, he provides just enough information to spark her interest, but not enough to satisfy her curiosity. For instance, if she asks, "What do you do for work?" a high-value man might reply, "It's a bit complicated, but I really enjoy it." This brief response leaves her with lingering questions, prompting her to think about him later as she replays the conversation in her mind, trying to figure him out. Her desire to know more is what makes her miss him. Deliberate ambiguity. The key here is to intentionally embrace ambiguity. High-value men don't sidestep questions to frustrate. Instead, they use ambiguity to keep the conversation flowing. It's about revealing enough while leaving certain things unsaid. For example, if she asks about your hobbies or how you spend your free time, rather than listing everything, you could say, "I've been working on an exciting project. I'll share more about it sometime." This leaves her curious, and her anticipation will grow. She'll look forward to your next conversation, eager to hear the story. However, mystery isn't about being evasive. It's about fostering a sense of depth. High-value men recognize that they don't need to divulge every detail of their lives to spark a woman's interest. In fact, by revealing less, she'll be prompted to fill in the gaps with her imagination. Often, her imagination will make you appear even more fascinating than you could by sharing too much. Strategic silence. Another aspect of mystery is knowing when to hold your tongue. While silence can feel awkward for some, high-value men flourish in these moments. They allow the quiet to create a bit of tension. If you're always filling every gap with words, you deny her the opportunity to reflect on her feelings. High-value men will embrace brief silences after making a particularly intriguing statement or asking a thought-provoking question. These pauses not only convey confidence, but also builds suspense. Imagine posing a deep question and allowing the silence to linger instead of rushing to fill it. This moment of quiet encourages her to think more deeply about the conversation, creating a level of intimacy that mere words can't achieve. She'll recall that exchange vividly because it wasn't just a conversation, it was an emotional experience. Playing the long game. Patience pays off. The essence of mystery is that it's most effective when paired with patience. You're not aiming to lay everything out during the first few encounters. High-value men are in it for the long haul. They know that a slow burn can be more impactful than instant attraction. By gradually revealing bits of yourself, you maintain her interest over time. Each time she interacts with you, she'll be eager to learn just a bit more. And since you're not disclosing everything at once, she'll find herself thinking about you in between your meetings, trying to unravel your complexity. This gradual unveiling creates tension and anticipation, making her miss you even more when you're not around. The mystery ensures she keeps returning, eager to discover more layers of who you are. Number 3, emotional impact. Words alone can be trivial. Anyone can string together a few sentences. What distinguishes high-value men is their knack for creating emotional experiences in every interaction. It's not just the words they use, it's the feelings they evoke. High-value men recognize that women are deeply emotional beings, and how you make her feel during a conversation holds far more significance than the actual content of that conversation. High-value men avoid wasting time on superficial small talk. While they might engage in it briefly to break the ice, they swiftly transition into deeper, more meaningful discussions. They pose questions that delve into what she values, what excites her, and what makes her unique. This approach generates emotional highs and lows throughout the conversation, crafting an emotional roller coaster that keeps her engaged and invested. Asking thought-provoking question. One effective way to foster an emotional experience is by asking questions that inspire her to think and feel. High-value men steer clear of shallow inquiries like, "What's your favorite color?" or "Where do you work?" Instead, they delve deeper with questions like, "What's a passion of yours that most people don't know about?" Or "What's the most thrilling thing you've done this past year?" These questions encourage her to reflect on her emotions and experiences. By asking thought-provoking questions, you not only prompt her to contemplate her own experiences, but also create a sense of connection. She'll sense your genuine interest in knowing her on a deeper level, which is a rarity in today's fast-paced dating scene. This emotional depth fosters a bond that makes her more likely to miss you when you're not around. Using storytelling to evoke emotion. High-value men also harness storytelling as a means to generate emotional impact, but these aren't just any tales. They share stories crafted to evoke specific feelings. For instance, if you want to inspire a sense of adventure, you might recount a spontaneous trip you took or a new experience you embraced. If your goal is to convey vulnerability, you might share a personal challenge you faced and overcome. The secret is to ensure that the stories are relatable and emotionally charged. You want her to feel something when you speak. It's not about showcasing your accomplishments. It's about forging an emotional connection that lingers long after the conversation ends. When she reflects on your interaction later, she'll remember how you made her feel, not just the words you said. Creating emotional hooks. An emotional hook is a memorable moment in the conversation that lingers in her mind long after it's finished. These hooks can emerge from a well-timed compliment, a playful tease, or a shared laugh. High-value men know how to sprinkle these emotional hooks throughout the conversation to ensure she recalls them. For example, you might say something like, "I love how passionate you are about insert topic. It's rare to meet someone with such enthusiasm." This type of compliment focuses not just on her appearance, but on her character. She'll replay that compliment in her mind later, reminding her of the positive emotions she experienced during your conversation. Number 4, the power of absence, understanding the push-pull dynamic. One of the most effective strategies high-value men employ is the push-pull dynamic. This involves being emotionally present during a conversation. High-value men recognize that too much attention can lessen its impact. So, after an enjoyable interaction, they intentionally create some distance, not out of gamesmanship, but because they understand the importance of space. During these moments of absence, a woman has the chance to reflect on the conversation. She begins to replay it in her mind, recalling how he made her feel, and gradually, she starts to miss him. The essential point here is to avoid overwhelming her with texts or constant communication afterward. High-value men allow her the room to breathe and feel the lack of his presence. This emotional distance helps her realize that she wants more. Why over-communication kills attraction? An era of instant messaging, it's easy to fall into the habit of constant communication. However, high-value men understand that over-communication can dampen attraction. When you're always available, constantly texting or responding right away, there's no chance for her to miss you. The mystery, anticipation, and emotional buildup vanish. High-value men find the right balance by not being overly accessible. They might wait several hours before replying to a text, or let a day pass before reaching out. This isn't about being impolite or distant. It's about recognizing that attraction flourishes in the pauses between interactions. When you're not always in her face, she has time to wonder what you're up to, who you're with, and why you haven't texted back. This uncertainty ignites her desire to see you again, the art of leaving her wanting more. When high-value men conclude a conversation or interaction, they always leave her wanting more. They don't prolong goodbyes or attempt to keep the conversation going when it starts to fade. Instead, they exit on a high note, leaving her with an emotional uplift. This anticipation makes her eager for the next interaction since she didn't get everything she desired in that moment. Re-engaging with purpose, balancerada, then sticking around until the conversation dwindles. A high-value man might say, "I have to go, but I'd love to continue this discussion another time." This approach not only ends the conversation on a positive note, but also plants the seed for future interactions. She'll be looking forward to seeing you again, and in the meantime, she'll find herself missing you. Number 5. Re-engaging, mastering the art of timing. Re-engagement is a vital aspect of the process. After allowing space for her to miss you, high-value men are intentional about when and how they re-enter her life. Timing is crucial. Reaching out too early can stifle attraction, while waiting too long may let the emotional bond diminish. High-value men find the ideal moment to reconnect, ensuring she has had time to miss them without moving on completely. This requires a keen sense of timing and emotional awareness, enabling them to gauge when a woman is ready to hear from them again. They don't simply send a casual text. When they re-engage, it's with a clear purpose. They might refer to a specific moment from their last conversation, rekindling the emotional connection that was established. This thoughtful approach to re-engagement demonstrates that they're not just reaching out for the sake of it. They're continuing the meaningful dialogue that began previously, re-engaging with depth. When high-value men reconnect, they steer clear of superficial topics. Instead, They build on the emotional foundation laid during their last interaction. They might bring up something specific that was discussed, illustrating that they were genuinely attentive and invested in her thoughts and feelings. For instance, if she mentioned a project she was working on, they might ask, "How's that project going?" "I've been thinking about what you said." This shows that their interest goes beyond her appearance or basic responses. They're genuinely curious about what drives her. This approach to re-engagement deepens the emotional connection, making her even more likely to miss him when he's not around. It signals that he's thoughtful, caring, and truly invested in her as a person, qualities that are increasingly rare in today's dating landscape. High-value men aren't just seeking quick, shallow connections. They aim to build something meaningful, and women can sense this desire for depth, making them want to stay connected. Conclusion: how high-value men make her miss you badly. High-value men know how to infuse emotional depth, mystery, and anticipation into every interaction. They communicate in a way that leaves a lasting impression, creating space for a woman to genuinely miss them. When they re-engage, it's purposeful, further strengthening the emotional bond each time. By mastering these techniques, you'll notice a change in how women respond to you. You won't feel the need to chase or impress. Instead, women will naturally be drawn to you, attracted by the mystery, confidence, and emotional resonance you create. Most importantly, they'll miss you in your absence, proving once again that high-value men attract rather than chase.